Today we are taking a good look at the new Wingtree G1s. It's starting to get a little bit of hype. I sat on these for a week. It first started with some of the uni kids glazing it, describing it as ridiculously good, which I quickly objected to. But now I see that Milktooth has featured it in his top 5 switches to buy in April 2026, along with Iron Actuator, Thork, and Lanikai. The G1 is being highlighted as having a textured stem that gives each keystroke a graininess. Unikeys is listing it as carefully designed with a crisp sound profile and slightly more noticeable scratchy sound and feel. Well, let's dive into it, see if either of these are true, and if this is a must-buy, along with the other goated switches being recommended this month by others. If there's noticeable scratch to be found, we will find it. I'm going to fire it up against the 2025 goodie, but oldie, the HMX Yogurt V2. These are known for its super smooth stem, which should be a good contrast to the Wingtree G1 if there is noticeable scratch. We're going to first fire up the G1 in a full sound test with mods on a PBT plate, a brand new plate material being featured on Hype, as well as back-to-back with HMX Yogurts also on a PBT plate. You be the judge, just like in the tournament. Which do you like better? Can you hear the textured scratch, or is it marketing bullshit? How does Wingtree's latest fare against an HMX Classic? After the test, I'll give you any takes on the Switch and whether it's worth your hard-earned cash. All right, here comes the sound tests. I first put in these Wingtree G1s into the board over a week ago, last Saturday after the mini meet. When I first put in this switch, I did not like it at all. It was much too deep, much too muted. It was super weird with the PBT plate. I did not like this switch. But since I was busy with the marbles giveaway and the tournament, and this is the last switch on my plate, I was in no hurry to take it out. And during the week, I typed on it for the entire week. I have been on the Wingtree G1s for the whole week. By day 2 or day 3, I did not even notice I was typing on a Wingtree G1. It just blended into my board, blended into the desk. It was not something I even thought about as I was typing. That means it was a very cozy switch. I never heard any crap noises. I never wanted to take the switch out. Mind you, it was not clacking me in the face like some of the HMX Elite 8, but it was nice. The feel is good, no crap noises. I would say after day 2, day 3, I acclimated to it, and it was actually a very pleasurable switch to use. As far as the scratch goes, you guys heard it in the back-to-back, there is in fact some texture. There is in fact a little bit of scratch going on with the G1s. It's far more noticeable in the Camellias. The Camellias are way louder, way clackier, and 4.0 travel. So those would be the ones I was going for if you had to pick between two Wingtrees to try. However, if you don't want to be clacked in the face, like any of the HMX Elite 8 switches, something like the M3 or the Ashes or the Aperos, and you want a cozy switch that you're not going to think about, that are going to be very pleasant to type on, the G1 might be the one for you.
Nice.
Now, in the back-to-back, both switches were coming off very deep. The G1 was deep, the Yogurt V2 was even deeper, and we know that is a clacky switch. In terms of the scratch, the G1 had some. The Yogurt seemed to have some as well, so I don't know if it's the PBT plate. The PBT plate is a brand new material from Hype Keyboards. I will likely do another video with that, contrasting the PBT versus PP, maybe PC versus CF and ALU. That's something to come later in case any of you are interested in this new plate material. The sound of the G1s in the back-to-back was coming off drier. You can kind of hear it. I don't know if it's because of the texture and the scratch, but you can kind of hear this dryness to the switch, which was still quite nice. Yogurt V2s, in comparison, were quite wet, full, and deep, with some clack coming through, but I think the PBT Plate in general is deeper. You be the judge, just like in the tournament. You can use your ears. Which one you sound better? If these were two different characters and you never knew what switches they were, which one would you pick? The Yogurt V2 or the G1s? I'll be back later, probably with a PBT Plate versus CF versus Alu, as I'm sure that's what you guys are going to ask next, or versus PP. All right, thanks a lot. Peace out. I love you all.